Going back to school after having a summer off is one of the biggest transitions in a child's year. Some kids love school and other kids struggle, but either way, it's important for our mental, emotional, and spiritual well being to mark a transition like this with a ritual. Hello, Mira Binzen here, author and co-founder with my mom and sister of Global Family Wellness. We are here to empower you and your family to live a life of total well-being. Do you have rituals in your life? Everybody does. The way you kiss or hug your child goodbye every morning for school, the kinds of meals you eat, the way you celebrate your holidays, and other little simple things that you do on a daily basis are all considered a ritual. They're very valuable for many reasons. One reason rituals are so valuable is because they mark the passage of time. They make meaning out of major transitions, whether that's a wedding or a birthday or back to school or Sunday dinner at home. Rituals allow us to slow down and make meaning of our lives. They can deepen family bonds. They can help children understand and process any feelings that they have around transitions. Rituals also give children a sense of identity and belonging. So this ritual is for back to school. Now, these are all just suggestions and thought starters. You can do it the way that's right for your family. So draw on other rituals that you already have in your family and that come from your family tradition and your relatives' traditions to make a nice back to school ritual. So first, let's talk about when to do this ritual. You can do it anytime. It doesn't have to be right on the first day of school. It doesn't have to be before school starts. In fact, it might work better to do it after the kids have been in school for the first week so they get to know their new teacher, the kids who are in their class, and what their routine is going to be like. But anytime that works good for you and your family. One thing you might consider is doing this ritual before a meal. It's nice to end a ritual with a celebratory meal. So you could do it before dinner or before Sunday brunch. I do recommend doing this together as a family, but teens and older kids might want to do a ritual just for themselves. So where to do this ritual in your home? Some people have a special place in their home for quiet time or sacred time. It could be an altar or just a quiet place in the house that's filled with pillows and a candle that you can light. It's a place where you can be self-reflective and have insights or with prayer or meditation, whatever that is for your family. So that's a perfect place to do the ritual. Or you could just put a pretty piece of cloth over a table and put a candle on it and light the candle and have that be your ritual space. You certainly could do this ritual outside in your yard or at a park. Just lay down a blanket and there's your place. The most important thing is that you just get it done. So don't let the place or what it's like get in the way of just doing the ritual. And notice how you feel about it. Do things that feel good to you, like, ooh, I'd like to do this. Yes, then that's your ritual. So some basic things that you can have for your back to school ritual are a place to do it. So someplace that's clean and nice and will make you feel good about being in there. So not the most cluttered part of your house. And then some items to have with you. A candle is nice. You can light a flame. That sort of marks the entrance into a ritual when you light the candle. A candle and the flame can also represent knowledge and understanding, the light of awareness. So you can use the candle in that way as well. I like to suggest some simple things like a stone for steadiness. You might even pick a beautiful gemstone that the child then can carry with them in their pocket or their school bag after the ritual so they can take that energy of the ritual with them to school throughout the year. And then you might want to include something like a fresh flower for kindness, or you might want to have some sacred images or symbols, perhaps a religious figure or an ancestor in your family, or a beautiful image from nature. So any objects or images from nature that have special meaning and purpose for you. Like maybe you want to have some bark from a tree so that you can remember that you're grounded and stable and there's this canopy of protection for you when you go to school. So just notice what comes to mind as you think about a back to school ritual. If you want to have a bell or a chime to start the ritual, that would be nice as well. It can be very simple and still have a beautiful meaning for everyone. So let's talk about preparing ourselves to participate in the ritual. Again, you can be as elaborate or as simple as you like, but I do recommend that you start fresh. That might mean that you actually take a shower and put on fresh, clean clothes, or you just take a deep breath and drink a full glass of water. Being hydrated is a great way to feel refreshed. So start with a clear mind and a clear heart, whatever that means for you. If you want to put on a beautiful ritual outfits, you certainly can do that. If kids want to dress up with things that are sparkly and fancy, they certainly can do that. Sometimes people like to wear all white because white is a pure color and it helps you to have clear mind and clear intention. So however you want to do it, you can even wash your hands as a way to signify that you're starting to do something that's a ritual. So once you've got your time and your place and the space is ready and you're ready, how you do the ritual is up to you, but I'm going to share some suggestions that you might choose from or spark an idea for yourself. To begin the ritual, you can ring the bell, light the candle, you can play some music if you like, and then take a moment to be present. Feel the way you're sitting. Feel your contact with the ground or the chair that you're sitting on. Feel your breath. Let yourself get quiet. So maybe you breathe in, breathing yourself back into yourself. Breathe out, breathing out anything that's not yours, that's not helpful for this ritual. You might also want to call on guidance. Again, whatever that means for you. You might ask for your guides and your angels to be present with you and guide you through the ritual. You might call on a religious figure that aligns with your family's beliefs to bless the situation or to be there with you, whatever is true and authentic for you. Once you're set for the ritual space and everybody is feeling present and grounded and connected, then you can maybe hold the stone and say, this stone reminds me that I am stable, that I am steady, that I am safe. And then you can put the stone back down. You can pick up the flower and inhale the flower and say, the smell of this flower reminds me that I am kind. And breathe in again, and that my friends are kind to me as well. So I experience kindness during school. And then talk about your intentions for the school year. What do you want to get out of your school year? Do you want to have great friendships during the school year? Do you want to find those math quizzes to be easy and uneventful? Do you want to get along well with your teacher? Do you want to learn exciting new things? Are you super excited about science or whatever it is? Just be intentional about your school year. What do you want to get out of it? And if you have several children, allow each one to share their intention for the school year. And they might need some help with this. You can talk about things like if you know that they love their after-school basketball, remind them like, oh, you love after-school basketball. They're like, yes, I want to continue to have a great time with basketball. So it can be one thing or it can be several things. Also, talk about their concerns or their fears or their worries for school. In this ritual space, they're being held and they're safe, and they can say, I'm worried about this boy who was teasing me last year all the time, and if we're going to be in the same class or what that's going to be like. And again, you can use the ritual as a way for them to process that and to have a tool, like a physical tool that they've ritualized that they can use to help them deal with those fears or concerns, whatever they are. At this point, it might be helpful to journal or to journal after the ritual to help process those feelings. So again, it can be very simple or it can be more elaborate based on, are the kids tuned into it and what you want to get out of it. And then what I like to do is have a word of the year. What's your word of the year? Peace, learning, contentment, action, whatever the word is that you want to guide the experience of this school year. And then you have that word and you can write that word down and have it on the refrigerator or on the bathroom mirror, or you can do a drawing project to sort of integrate all of these ideas. And then also a part of the back to school ritual, I think is a really cool part of this ritual, is to acknowledge all of the helpers. Acknowledge your teacher as someone who can help you in school. Acknowledge classmates as people who can help you in school. Acknowledge your parents as people who help you with school, and your siblings can help you with school. Maybe a babysitter or a neighbor or a coach or a counselor. So sometimes kids feel so overwhelmed with school and so stressed out with all of the pressure and all of the things going on. And to remember, like Mr. Rogers said, look for the helpers. So if they've got that list of helpers in advance, like, yeah, these are all the people that I can count on, that I can call on when I need to. You might even want to, as part of your ritual, have your child write a thank you note to some of the helpers for their school year. Like, Mom, thanks so much for helping me with my homework to begin the year. And so you're clearing the path, you're creating a trajectory of how you would like that year to go with your intention. And recognizing the helpers and even writing them a thank you note is a great way to do that. To close the ritual, you can simply say, and so it is, or you can say, thanks, or you can say, amen, or whatever, again, is true for you and authentic for your family. And you can ring the bell again if you want to. You can turn out the candle. And then that space that you've created in your home can be a space that you might want to revisit again and again. Maybe that's a place where the child comes home after school and just takes a deep breath and looks at the stone and the flower and writes something in their journal or something like that. So to use the memory of the ritual that you did for back to school to help throughout the school year. You can have a Sunday reset where you sit down, you're like, well, how did your week at school go? And how do you want the next week at school to go? So oftentimes everything's coming at us fast and furious. And with ritual, we get out in front of things and we are able to set our intention and chart our course. So those are my suggestions for a back to school ritual. If you'd like some extra help with ritual and routine for your family to feel less anxious and more awesome day by day, week after week, and year after year in baby steps that are easy to implement, then for sure check out our 21-day journey from anxious to awesome. I would love to hear your suggestions for your back to school ritual. So leave a comment and let us know fun things that you like to do for a ritual. Thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe to our channel if you like these kind of well-being strategies. Share this video with someone you know who's going back to school and might enjoy a back to school ritual. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you again soon.